What happened when someone refused to take your life-saving advice? I was working as a park ranger at Rocky Mountain National Park when this whole thing went down. It was late September, and we'd been getting early snow warnings all week. This guy named Kevin showed up at the visitor center with his college buddy Matt, both around 22, wearing basketball shorts and sneakers. They wanted to hike the Backcountry Trail to Silver Lake, which is a 12-mile round trip through some pretty serious terrain. I looked at their gear. No warm clothes, no emergency supplies, just 2 water bottles and a bag of trail mix between them. Guys, we've got a storm system moving in tonight. Temperature's supposed to drop to 20 degrees with possible snow. You really shouldn't head out there today. Kevin rolled his eyes. Dude, we drove 6 hours to get here. We're not turning around because of some weather report. I pulled out the trail map and showed them the elevation changes. Look, this isn't a casual walk. You'll be at 11,000 feet elevation where weather changes fast, and you're not dressed for it. We'll be fine, Kevin said. We hike all the time back home in Ohio. Matt looked a little worried. Kevin, maybe we should listen to the ranger. We could come back tomorrow when it's nicer. No way, I already posted on Instagram that we're doing this hike. My girlfriend's expecting photos. I tried one more time. I've been working these mountains for 8 years. I'm telling you this could be dangerous. At minimum, you need warm layers and emergency gear. Kevin shook his head. Thanks for the advice, but we're good. They signed the trail register and headed out around 2 p.m. I made a note in my log and hoped I was being overly cautious. By 6 p.m., the snow started falling hard. By 8 p.m., we had 6 inches on the ground and it was still coming down. The temperature dropped to 15 degrees with wind gusts up to 40 mph. At 9:30 p.m., my radio crackled. Ranger station, this is Kevin and Matt. We're lost somewhere on the Silver Lake Trail. We can't see anything and we're really cold. My heart sank. I grabbed my emergency pack and called for backup. Kevin, how long have you been hiking? Since like 2 p.m. We think we're close to the lake, but everything looks the same in the snow. Matt's not doing good. He's shivering really bad and talking weird. Matt had hypothermia in September because they ignored basic weather warnings. Kevin, I need you to find shelter immediately. Look for a big rock or thick trees to block the wind. Do you have any extra clothes? Just what we're wearing. Our water bottles froze like 2 hours ago. I was already hiking up the trail with 3 other rangers. The snow was coming down so hard our flashlights barely cut through it. Kevin, you need to keep Matt moving, but not too much. Share body heat if you can. We're coming to get you, but it might take a while. For the next 4 hours, we hiked through knee-deep snow and whiteout conditions. We had GPS coordinates from Kevin's phone, but the trail was completely invisible. Finally, around 2 a.m., we found them huddled behind a fallen tree. Matt was barely conscious, mumbling nonsense. Kevin wasn't much better. We wrapped them in emergency blankets and started the long trek back. Matt had to be carried on a stretcher for the last 3 miles. Both guys ended up in the hospital. Matt spent 2 days being treated for severe hypothermia and frostbite on his fingers. Kevin got lucky with just mild hypothermia. The rescue operation cost the Park Service about $12,000 in overtime and equipment. If we hadn't found them when we did, Matt probably wouldn't have made it through the night. Kevin came by the visitor center a week later when he was released from the hospital. I wanted to say thanks for saving us, and I'm sorry I didn't listen to you. What made you decide to ignore the warnings? He looked embarrassed. Honestly, I thought you were just being overly careful because of liability or whatever. I didn't think mountain weather could change that fast. And now I know you weren't trying to ruin our trip. You were trying to save our lives. Matt had permanent nerve damage in 2 fingers from the frostbite. They both learned a lesson that cost them way more than just listening to someone who knew what they were talking about. Every time I see inexperienced hikers heading out unprepared, I think about Kevin and Matt. Sometimes the person trying to stop you isn't being difficult, they're trying to keep you alive.